Hello, everybody. Good evening. How's everybody doing this evening? It's good to be live with you this evening, everyone, to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers, the best team in football. And I know people probably don't believe that, but we got Super Bowls to back it up. Okay, so we got probably the best organization in football. I mean, you know the names. You know how it's been over the years. You can say the names over the years. Terry Bradshaw, Joe Green, Franco Harris, Lynn Swan, John Stallworth. You know all those names. Rocky Blyer, Jack Lambert. Those names. Jack Ham, Mel Blunt, the best cornerback ever. All these names are big. They exemplify what the football team has been over the years. You know, it doesn't stop there. Let's go Cordell Stewart or, Gilden, a couple others that I can't remember offhand right now, but they were the best. They got Super Bowl rings to show you they were the best. And of course, you want to throw in Ben Roethlisberger in there and people like Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell, and there's a couple others in there. Now you can throw in there T.J. Watt and Cam Hayward. These guys exemplify the Steeler way. The Steelers, have been a winning has had a winning formula over the years with the Rooneys. The Rooneys have been the only ones to ever really run the team, and they got trophies in their trophy house to show you just how good they have run the team. So I know a lot of people are wondering right now what direction is Pittsburgh going into. This is nothing new for a football team. I mean, our fans, like, let our fans know you can't stay up every year. I mean, things change. Things have to be evaluated, and things have to be, uh, you know, turned around here and there. It happens. I mean, people get old, people retire, people get hurt. That's the way the NFL is. NFL always joke and say NFL means not for long because it's a very brutal sport and it's very contact. It's pure contact out there, but we seem to don't care about that. We seem to love it. It's the number one sport in the world, and even people beyond the United States of America love football. So we seem to get it's very emotional. It's a very emotional sport. We got people out here that will do crazy things like uh, bet a lot of money in football. I mean, there, there. I've met some fans that are very, very passionate. I read the social media quotes that are very, very passionate. I mean, I have had arguments with people on social media who I've never seen in my life about football. So that's the kind of sport it is, and I love it. They love it. I try to keep everything close to the vest. I don't get into any kind of nasty, vindictive stuff about football because it changes so much from week to week. With Pittsburgh, it's like the game has changed so much. And what I mean by that is, we used to be the most physical team in football. That's all to it. You had some great physical teams like the Chicago Bears and the Dallas Cowboys and Minnesota Vikings of old. very physical, but none of them ever has been as physical as Pittsburgh. And the change about that is now is the rules. The rules have changed, and the game has changed. And those same hits that we used to implement on teams, you can't do that anymore. It kind of upsets me sometimes because it takes away the reason why we watch football is for that reason. You may say, "Oh well, that's not football." Oh, yes, it is football. The physicality is football, and it's an intricate part of the game. It's the main part of the game. So, but still, we're in the breach right now of waiting to see what Pittsburgh is going to do as far as like free agency. Who are they going to bring in at the quarterback situation and running back situation? And who are they going to add to bring that glory back? Uh, a lot of fans, we have very, very fickle fans because after you win as many Super Bowls as we had, you kind of expect that every year. And it hasn't happened. So what we have right now is fans that look at, with different ways of corresponding with that. We hear about Mike Tomlin. A lot of, oh wow, I hear quotes of people hating Mike Tomlin and hating the Roonies and what they're doing to the team and Omar Khan doesn't know what he's doing, has a manager and blah blah blah. Well, you know what? The standard, people say, well, Mike Tomlin's standard is the standard, 9-8. Da, da. No, that's not true. You have to distinguish between where you're at and where you're going. And that's what Pittsburgh does pretty good. So our fans just need to, I know they hate to hear this, but our fans need to just sit back and let the process work. Let the process be what it is and just sit back and let Pittsburgh do what they do best. They're not going to rush anything. Pittsburgh has never been known to rush anything, okay? They take their time. They got patience, and they got enough validity and know-how to navigate what they have to navigate. Okay, so it wasn't like last season was a real bad season. It could have been better. I understand that it could have been better, but we still there was a light under the tunnel at the end of the tunnel, and that was that we did make the playoffs. Yeah, a lot of fans are screaming we should have went further, and I understand that. Maybe we should have, but still, it was Pittsburgh. Way of doing things is we're there. We'll keep on working on it. We'll build on it, and we'll see what happens. There's a big thing now about Aaron Rodgers. Is he coming to Pittsburgh? I believe he is. I just believe that Pittsburgh's going to do it their way, and their way is, hey, you know what? You're 40 something years old. You're asking for the moon. We're not going to give you the moon. We're going to give you what we think you're worth, and we'll go from there. So, I do believe he's going to be a Steeler. I just think, you know how Aaron Rodgers is. He's full of hoopla. That's the way he is. That's Aaron Rodgers' way. Whether it be, from a dark space or whatever. I don't know. That's just Aaron Rodgers. But I do believe he would be a good content for the team because he's got experience. He knows how to get around certain dilemmas on the field. He's got experience. So I just ask the fans to be patient and to let Pittsburgh do what they do as far as the steps that's going to be taken in this journey. So, come on, I always like to say, with the Steelers, we don't talk, we rock. And so I stay with that. And, I just want the fans to know that, hey, I'm like you. I care. I keep up with what's going on with the Steelers. And I wonder, I try to have patience just like you do and let the process itself out. You know, we're going to be all right. We're going to do all right in the draft. I think in the draft we'll probably uh, get another quarterback, the best one that's available. If this quarterback draft wasn't too good to me, I'm sorry. I I watched a lot of them. I saw Sanders. I saw Dax. I saw Ewing out of Texas. I watched all of them. They just don't. They just don't make me jump up and down and say, "Yeah, I think that's what we need to have." I'm kind of like, let's bring in a veteran and let's put a good line around him and let's let the chips fall where they may. Okay, so let's just be patient and let Omar Khan and the Rooney's and Mike Tomlin and everybody work this thing through. Okay, we were picked last season, and look what happened. We almost took that division. So that's something that I think is good. It keep hope alive, as they say, that we could get better. So um, I want everybody to know that I have a clothing line on Shopify store. It's called Prim8. As you can see on the other side here, that is the emblem. I hope you like it. I'm family oriented. I I usually don't put crosses, bones, or anything of that magnitude because I'm family oriented, and I like for the image to be more of the family. And I believe this is it. If you're a a Pittsburgh fan or not, I mean, I think it would be great to wear, and you could get it on either Shopify or Printify. And I have shirts and hoodies and hats. I got a hat on now and a shirt. And you can get a mug or you can get a sweatshirt or a t-shirt, whatever you like, whatever floats your boat, as I say. And I think you would look nice and you would represent the Steelers in a very colorful and beautiful way. So, you know what? I always say, Steeler fans, I've been a Steeler fan since, oh wow, early 70s, man. When I first started watching the Steelers, Terry Hanratty was the quarterback. Frenchie Fuqua was the running back, and Ron Shanklin was the wide receiver. I think Andy Russell was still playing back then also. So I've been a Steeler fan for a long time, and I've been representing the Steelers for a long time. So I'm still in that vein. I love my Steelers. Hey, when they lose, I don't watch TV for a week. That's how much I love the Steelers. So, I believe in representing who I love, and I hope you do too, because you are a Steeler fan for a reason. You love the team. So, you can support me as I will support you. And I have no problem in talking to you on social media in a good way. I don't sit up there and get mad at a person because of their opinions, because everybody has an opinion and you're allowed to do that. You're allowed to have an opinion and it's good to have an opinion. So, hey, if it's an opinion against me, I say, hey, sir, or lady, or whoever, I agree with you. And I go from there. I don't never argue with you or cuss at you or or call you out of your name because that's just not my makeup about this. Hey, they're making the money. I'm not. I'm just a fan. But I do love them. And I watch them every Sunday. And I get ready that Monday for them. You know, then I go into Sunday with the fact that, hey, let's go get them, boys. You know, so I love everybody out there. I'm a supporter of the Steelers. I'm a supporter of the Steeler fans. Hey, I feel what you feel. And you know, we'll step into this season together. Hey, Mike Thomas is going to be on the sidelines. So no matter what you call him or think of him or you know don't like him or not, that's your opinion. I agree with that, but he's going to be on the sideline. So you know, just go ahead on and accept it and hope for the best for him. So, you know. So, hey, I'm going to get out of here, let you be people, let people do what they do. And I'm going to say good night. And I'm a Steeler for life. I love you. God bless you. Have a good evening.